Do you think you should add this format for RLCS and Rivals matches? What, crew battles? I don't think that would be very easy to include. I think that would be a really big change from the current Rocket League format. But 1v1 and 2v2, I think, yeah, they could be integrated quite easily. It would be interesting to see that in the future, definitely. But let's get into this game, guys. This is the 3v3 round for Veloce versus Singularity. And this is, I think, like I said in the last round for Barcelona versus Singularity, I think this is Veloce's best chance to take a game here. I think the Singularity, they've looked pretty good at threes today, but oh, that's a phenomenal save. Hold that thought. Though just brought that one back from beyond what I thought was possible. Like I was saying, you know, Singularity they've had their inconsistencies in threes this weekend. Now looking at the 2v2 matchup, overall that's been better for Singularity, but today it did look, you know, like Scrub and Tho were getting in each other's way at a few key moments, so that's something they're going to need to look out for. Now, if you're new to this Veloce lineup, they of course used to have Freaky on the team with Flame and Cassio. Now they've got Archie, new player coming in, who had a phenomenal run in the Spring Series recently. And he slotted into this lineup well, man. The crossbar is doing some work for Singularity right now. Veloce keep testing it. You know, it's already a better looking 3v3 game for Veloce than it was for Barca. They've got Singularity pinned back in defense for a good while there. The Veloce guys are really quick. You know, before they've been a team who are known for defense, and they've been so accustomed to playing that defensive style that Freaky really loves to push into every team he plays. Right now they're a much more offensive base, much more attacking team, as Archie really is all about the style in offense, all about putting pressure on his opponents. Cassio and Flame are more than willing to play that style alongside him. Singularity so far looking second best here. They've had a couple of close shaves. Just feels like a matter of time before Veloce find a goal here. Nolly will knock it clear. You all know that Singularity don't need many chances to score. They've got the clutch ability. Nolly is unreal with some of the things that he can do. You guys think I'm accidentally saying shaves instead of saves? I am saying close shaves on purpose. Is that not a saying for you guys? Close shaves? Like a close shave with a really sharp razor? I don't know if it is a saying for anyone else, but it certainly is in the UK. But yes, close saves would also be appropriate for what Singularity have been happening, or have had happening to them over and over again. There's a demo by Scrub, but there were multiple defenders for Veloce in order to keep that all locked up. Singularity starting to posture more aggressively now. Scrub looking for the pass down. Synergy's not quite there between them. Tho and Nolly definitely have it, but they don't connect as Tho misses his aerial. As Tho still reeling from that 1v1 loss he got to Ronicky in the last round. And Singularity get pretty fortunate that that bump that just happened between their two players has resulted in a good recovery for Tho. Quite a few team bumps and quite a few situations in the last series we saw Singularity play where they were getting stuck in the way of one another. It's not something they want to do too often. Not something they want to do at all, really. Those are the moments that Veloce have to try and capitalize on. That's the best chance for Singularity, but it's gone over the bar. Singularity are improving. They looked shaky. They were on the ropes at the start of this game. Now they're the ones who are pressing forward, looking for that regulation time win. But oh, another crossbar by Veloce. How many times are Singularity going to let Veloce come at them with these uncontested shots? I really expected to have seen a goal by now from Veloce. If you put them in those positions as many times as they have been this game, you'd expect them to score at least once. Somehow Singularity have not yet conceded. Remember, Singularity the higher seed coming into this match, even though they come from the lower bracket. They do get the choice of map. Oh, that's a great save by Tho. Singularity are being made to work in defense, but they are doing a great job keeping this level. 35 seconds left now. That's a really fast recovery by Scrub. Cassio beaten to the ball, but not too bad for Veloce, who have had by far the better chances this game overall. Singularity have struggled to put 2 and 2 together in offense. Passing plays have been attempted, but there's very few successful connections in the final third. Nolly drops it down to Tho. He's out of boost, can't get there, but Scrub's going to pick up the scraps here. Looks like he's going to have to just drop that one into overtime. Game 1, just as close as we expected it to be. Veloce will feel like they should have won this game already, and I do agree with that feeling. I think they've had by far the better chances. Singularity just need one. If they can score, they're going to have full control of this series. 'Cause like I said before, I do see the 1v1 matchups in this series both going to Singularity Scrub Killa. I have seen the Archie versus Scrub matchup very recently. It was a sweeping win for Scrub. Archie did not look like he had a good answer to Scrub's play. So every 3v3 and 2v2 has to be won by Veloce if they're going to be able to pick that game 5 as one of those two matchups. They don't want to run into a game 5 1v1 in this series. Nolly's just put a center ball way wide. How many chances do these teams need to score? Is it going to really be a poo goal, as we saw Cassio landing on the goalkeeper? Archie misses his second touch on the ball. Tho is going to power the ball clear, as he often does. And now that's Archie alone in defense. He's in an awkward position. Flame to the rescue. About a minute into overtime, and we're no closer to having a goal here. There's been chances for both teams, but the accuracy is really not there. That's a shot by Tho, finally on target. It's saved by Cassio, as expected. So Scrub Killa bumping Cassio away from the play. Will Singularity be able to steal this and really lock up the series already? In my opinion, that is just going to be a devastating blow that Veloce are going to struggle to recover from, but they're the ones who are threatening late in the overtime game, and they do take it. It was a long time coming. There were many shots saved on the goal line and even in the goal line by Singularity, but eventually Veloce got that goal, and oh, how badly they needed that. They really need this next matchup as well, I feel, if they're going to have a chance against Singularity today. But it's such a huge momentum swing. If they do win that 2v2, then suddenly they might be the ones who are favourites to win. Obviously, it sounds pretty silly saying that the team who are 2-0 ahead are not favourites to win a series, but because of the insanely strong 1v1 matchup that Singularity have in this series today, I do feel like Veloce need to win this if they're going to have any chance. And then, if Veloce win this, I think we go to game 5, possibly 3v3, possibly 2v2, and then we just to see who deserves it more, see who plays better Rocket League on the day. But I'll be so impressed if Veloce can win a 1v1 here in this series, and suddenly they eliminate Singularity at their own game. The matchup that Singularity relied on to get them this far. You did not catch the past round that we casted here, Singularity against Barcelona. You have to go back and watch games 3 and 4 there. Barcelona taking down Singularity's Tho in the 1v1, and then instead of picking 3v3 like we expected, Singularity pick 1v1 again, and then send out Scrub Killa to smash Veroniki in that matchup. It's really one of the moments that we're going to look back on from this qualifier and think about once all is said and done here. Just like the 2v2, Veloce and Singularity look to be pretty even here. Archie's been popping off in the 2s rounds for Veloce all tournament long. They've been making good use of him, and a lot of teams have been making good use of their new players. Want to get as much game time with them, want to give them as much practice with the new teams. Makes a lot of sense. I know G2 have been talking about that with the North American qualifier. They're trying to give Mile as much game time as possible to give him that competitive experience that the rest of the team already have. And, you know, if G2 can make it through that lower bracket later on today, it will look like a brilliant move. It will look like a really good decision to give him that game time. But it looks like the 2v2 match is going to swing in favor of Singularity here. Though just too quick to the ball up near the sidewall, and Scrubkilla has read that post bounce perfectly. Great timing as he squashes it in with no response from Veloce. In the 1v1 between Singularity and Barcelona, it was Barcelona who won the first one, and then Singularity won the second one. Ronicky beat Tho, and then Scrubkilla beat Ronicky. Flame 1v1 against Scrub, and he puts it past him. And that reminds me of something else that I was surprised about yesterday, and that was that Flame didn't make an appearance in the 1v1 round against Azrael, because I know for a fact that Flame has in the past been up there in the 1v1 leaderboard. You know, he's won, he's been victorious in 1v1 show matches before. So the fact that he didn't give it a go against Azrael yesterday when his team were clearly struggling in that matchup, Oxygen's Azrael was just too good. I definitely would not be surprised to see Flame make an appearance today against Scrub, should Archie go out and lose in the first 1v1 that it gets played. And clearly Cassio yesterday was not up to the same level. He tried, and he had a lot to improve on. There's way too much there to be improved on in such a short time frame for that to be a viable strategy, in my opinion. I will see what happens. For all we know, there might only be 1v1 this series. Maybe Singularity are more confident in a different matchup this time. Not sure if I would be if I were them, though, because the 3s and the 2s look pretty even to me. Veloce probably slight edge in 3v3. 2v2, completely 50-50 for now. Singularity still coming forward, though. Into the final 2 minutes of the 2v2 round. Can Veloce go on to triple? Match point. Double bump. Scrubkilla demos one. Gets the other out to play, but Archie's recovered after being demoed. And does make the save. Scrubkilla and Thor in a super strong position here, though. That's so much boost available to them, and there's none for Veloce, and they will turn it into a goal. And it's the speed of this attack that really made the goal possible. Any time wasted before moving forward would have allowed Veloce to pick up enough boost pads to probably defend the incoming attack, but because Scrub went straight for the goal, he forced a bad save out of Veloce, one that Tho was easily able to clean up. Now Archie taking on Scrub in a 1v1, but the pre-jump by Scrub is going to easily knock the ball clear. I wonder why did Archie decide to shoot that ball straight at Scrubkilla when he saw him pre-jump before the shot even went off, but hold on a second, that's another double commit by Singularity. We saw that in the last round they played. Mind game by Archie. Phil's behind to clear the ball away. Veloce are in trouble here. This is extremely bad news for them. If they lose here, they're almost certainly going to lose control of the series in Game 3. And Tho and Scrub don't look like they're ready to make another misplay like they did before. Scrub leaves the ball to go past him. Don't think he had a chance to look at the demo by Archie. The huge wall clear has actually bounced off Tho. And oh, Tho somehow gets in the way of the shot. I don't know how he managed to recover mid-air there and get a save, because he just spawned. The ball hit him, collided with Scrubkilla. Everything went wrong for Singularity, and it all came from that one demo that Archie made. And now we've actually got a series on our hands here. Singularity hang on at the end of game number 2, but it's not done yet. One more chance for Veloce. It's not going to matter, though, because even if that ball did stay up, it was going to go into their goal. Wow. That was a pretty close call for Singularity. I don't know. I really don't know how much Tho knew about that incoming shot, but he did get the save, so credit to him. Where it's due. You know, wherever... Oh, sorry, I've just updated it to 2-0. That is not correct. Wherever you could say that there was fortune that Tho landed in the right position mid-air, you could also say that it was misfortune that the ball literally bounced off him as he spawned. Like, there was good and bad luck there for for Tho and for Singularity at the end of that game too. But now we're going into the 1v1 round, and we get to see if what we all expect to happen is actually going to happen. Wait, are we in Manfield Night right now? Did they change the map halfway through here? I have never seen that happen. Well, I'm the only one in the lobby, so I think something has gone wrong here. What just happened? I don't think that they changed the map. The way that this works, guys, is that the higher seeded team, which is Singularity today, they get to choose the map, and as far as I know, they didn't change their map choice halfway through this, so we're probably not actually. Yeah, everybody got kicked. How did I end up in Manfield Night, though? That's bizarre. I've never seen that before, where I get pulled out of one lobby into an actual game. Very strange. Okay, looks like they're just going to remake this. Phil's leaving the party. You didn't have to do that. You can just leave the game after it makes. Of course, only the players who are actually playing the 1v1 are allowed to be in the lobby when the 1v1 is happening. Well, and myself to spectate the game, of course. But everybody else has to leave, and they have all left. So let's get into Scrub Killa versus Archie. We saw this the other day, just a couple of weeks ago, I believe it was. And although Archie looked somewhat competitive in those games, he kept the scorelines respectable. Scrub Killa never looked like he was in any danger. Archie's mechanics are impressive, but he just doesn't have as much experience in this game mode as Scrub Killa, and it's not just a small difference there, it's a huge difference. Scrub Killa, one of the most experienced ones players. He's in a bit of a rough spot here though. Archie takes too long. Scrub Killa trying to punish him with a low boost open net shot. He's actually hit the bar, which is somewhat impressive that he's hit the bar from this range with no boost, but he'll be pretty disappointed with the quality of that shot. Completely open. Scrub Killa probably looking for a bump in this play. Oh, he saw the challenge coming, turns around, hits the bar again, but this one's wide open on the next attack, and Scrub Killa will put it in. Great reaction time by Scrub. As soon as he saw Archie turning, that's when he made the flick, and it's a mistake that a lot of people make. They don't just wait for the turn before making the flick. They wait until they see the player driving towards them, and very often that's too late. Scrub Killa knows that. As soon as he sees Archie turning around, he makes the flick already before he even sees the challenge coming. One step ahead on this play as well. Scrub Killa 2-0. And what a great time to play his best ones matches of the entire tournament. Scrub Killa with a dominant win against Ronicky in the previous round, and now off to a flying start against Archie. But this is exactly why I said that I feel Veloce have to win 2s and 3s, because they're probably going to lose both of the 1v1s, and I can't see Singularity picking any matchup that isn't 1s for Game 5, if we head to that, of course. What's probably going to happen is Scrub will deal with Archie like we're seeing. Veloce pick 3v3, and then it's not even an easy win by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, Scrub Killa is nearly on gold. That was very close for comfort there. A bit too close for comfort, I should say, but can Archie convert on the pressure play? No, he can't, not yet at least. Scrub Killa is right there, wants a 50-50 or some time wasting. He is going to get the latter. Archie in a strong position, but Scrub Killa has turned that one around as well. It's impressive. The Scrub's not even trying to go for the corner boost there. He knows it's already gone, just plays for the small pads instead. And that is going to allow him to knock the ball into a position in the field where he can get a big boost. Good save by Archie at the near post. Scrub Killa delayed the shot. He saw that the save was going to be there for Archie. Wanted the mind game, but Archie blocked that as well. Scrub Killa way high up on the wall here to avoid the demo, and Archie's actually played it right into him. And I don't think that's the best idea. I mean, in this position, the conventional play is to just go for the demo and leave the ball, not to hit the ball up to the player who's dodging your demo. Scrub Killa probably got a bit surprised when he saw the ball got passed up to him in that position. But it's these kind of areas that Scrub's just obviously going to dominate it. Like I said before, Archie just doesn't have the experience. He doesn't know what the play is in that part of the field when the players line up like this. We almost have a rule number 2 there. Archie gets the boost in the back corner. He's in a reasonable position to defend here. Should be able to turn this one around. I knew all the rule 1 people were going to start mauling all of a sudden. I just had to do it. Okay, I'll leave it at that, guys. No more discussions on rules. This has been a really comfortable and impressive display by Scrub overall. Archie doesn't get the boost steal here. That's going to relieve all the pressure that he built up. You know, Archie's been pretty close to making the right play a lot of times here, but usually Scrub just has the better of him. He's able to completely dissolve all the pressure that Archie builds up with just an outplay off the ball, whether it be pathing more effectively across boost pads to swing a boost advantage that Archie's building up back into Scrub's favor. Scrub, as always, impressive on the goal line with his shadowing and his goal line saves. Archie's beating him to this one. There's 1 goal. And that was desperately needed. It's being held to 0 goals in a 1v1. That feels pretty bad. At least now Archie's got a kickoff to work with. Let's see if he can make anything happen. Scrub Killa just a bit too strong on this one. And again, smart pathing by Scrub Killa back to his corner. It's much safer to go over here. Archie with a keen interception near the ceiling. Scrub Killa's actually boost star for once. So can Archie make something of this? He's got so much space to the right. Decides to go for the air. And Scrub Killa's actually missed it. Archie will get 1 more goal. And honestly, he didn't have to do too much for this one. Scrub Killa probably panicked when he saw Archie taking the air dribble. He's starting to see Archie flip reset plays in his head, thinking, oh no, I don't want that to happen to me, I better challenge him, and then misses the ball. Scrub Killa with some great control. Wants to bump on the goal line, and he gets it. Archie unable to make the save. Once more, Archie wasn't too far away from having the right answer in this play, but you know, by dodging away from the ball here, he left himself completely open to be bumped out the air. Obviously, he would not have been the favorite to defend anything in that position, but I really do feel like taking a challenge is a higher percentage play than running away and hoping Scrub doesn't nail the air dribble bump. Had a lot of interesting discussion happening online regarding air dribble bumps. I've had a great laugh reading some of the takes from various people in the Rocket League community, so thank you guys for providing the entertainment outside of the Fusion streams. Scrub Killa has no problems using that strategy to his advantage. Although Archie's getting 1 more goal at the end here, he's going to need a kickoff goal if he's going to come back in this game. Scrub Killa played quite a consistent strategy, just got a nice early lead and then held on to it. Archie can make this interesting with a kickoff goal, and oh my goodness, is he going to get one? Scrub Killa on the diagonal has totally messed it up, and we have a scripted ending. Oh, Scrub, what's he doing? He's landed sideways. And of all the people to get the diagonal spawn kickoff completely wrong, you would not think it would be Scrub Killa. Now, this isn't a kickoff that usually results in kickoff goals. It's a straight spawn. But Archie doesn't need a kickoff goal right now. He just needs to keep the ball up. That's his next play. He's going for the demo. Oh, I actually like that play. Archie playing pretty smart at the end of this one. He gave himself a chance. You know, this was not a game that looked winnable for him. But he gave it a go. He played his win condition at the end there. Didn't have control of the ball after the kickoff. And honestly, the demo, not a bad option. I really like that from Archie, but it didn't work. And that does give Singularity the advantage in the series that we expected. Wow, not in the way that we expected. Archie putting on a little comeback at the end there. Now let's see what Veloce decides to choose for the next matchup. No GG. You might have typed it, guys. You might have typed it. I've got my in-game chat off, so if players type GG before the game actually ends, you won't see it on stream. Only the players in the lobby will see it. But if they use the quick chat GG, which is what Scrub did, you will see it. Or if you type it in the party chat, you would see it. They're going to choose threes. Veloce are getting the same option that we expected. They're going to go for the matchup that they did win this series. But this is already a position that Veloce are on the brink in, because picking 3v3 into Singularity, that's not really what you want to be doing in this format. You would You would hope that you have a better matchup to choose, but unfortunately Veloce don't. The 1s and 2s were just too strong for Singularity today. Well, let's see if they can at least send us to a game 5, and I wonder if it would be Archie again. Based on what I saw at the end of the game there, it wasn't as one-sided of a scoreline as most of the game looked like it was going to develop into. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Archie coming out again and just giving it a go in the 1v1, seeing if he can get a different result. A nice save by Archie, denying Tho the opening goal. That looked like a done deal. Tho's shooting is always on point from those kind of positions. Archie has done well. Now Tho and Nolly both committing for the same ball. These double commits in the offensive corners have been problematic for Singularity today. Scrub Killa downfield. Actually fakes it, and Flame will get the save at the near post. You know, Scrub in that play, he wants one of two things. He either wants the slightest touch imaginable or a complete fake on the ball. A heavy touch is a terrible idea, so whether or not he hits it in that spot doesn't really matter. It's already on target. And of course, if he gets an extremely, extremely small touch, a glancing blow, the ball is going to go flying towards the net. So it's a win-win there for Scrub. The defense is on point so far. Flame and Archie covering all corners of the goal. And Singularity are looking for the backboard for success. Flame stops that one as well. The backboard did look pretty open there. I like the option again from Scrub. He's picking his spots well in offense. Singularity, even though they lost the 3v3 earlier on in this series, they're still looking pretty good in the matchup. I really rate Veloce as a 3s team. The new Archie acquisition has, I think, improved their chances significantly. They just look so much more threatening than they did at the end of their tenure with Freaky. Obviously Veloce had success with the previous roster as well, but at some point you just have to make a change, and whether it's playstyle or a player is up to the team in question. Veloce decided to change out the player, and it seems to be working well for them. What's the scorelines in the other matchups, guys? I just see Ali destroying Ixona in the second 1v1. So is that game 5 or is it game 4 or game 5 for Mo Shifters? As Archie opens the scoring, uncontested, at the edge of the box. What a pass though by Casio. Archie's not going to miss from that range. Smashes it in. 1-0 Veloce. Game 4. Okay, guys, thanks for the information. Do you guys think the Tree of a Kind are going to have a really strong pick for Game 5? Are they going to choose 2s or 3s? What do you guys reckon? Did they have a comfortable win in 2s or 3s to pick for Game 5? I'm guessing that Mo Shifters won both of the 1v1s, based on what I'm hearing. Or are winning both of the 1v1s. That's another almost uncontested shot. Veloce definitely sneaking into positions in offense here that Singularity are not seeing coming. Singularity definitely needs to try and improve their vision on defense, because although they're very good at reacting to what happens, it's definitely better to know what's happening ahead of time. Oh, that's pretty close. Casio now with an open net, and he makes it 2-0. Well, this is just like game number 1. Veloce are being denied by the posts and the crossbars repeatedly, but this time the fact the ball hit the post is actually a good thing, because the goalkeeper pre-jumped. Thought it was going to go in. We are going to be going to a game 5 here. Tree won the first 1v1. Well, that's crazy, man. Did Momentum Shifters pick 1v1, or did Momentum Shifters win the 2v2 and the 3v3? Oh my goodness, they won in the 3s and the 2s. Momentum Shifters going to advance. What is going on over there? I can't wait to go back and watch these series again. Shout out to Subharba and HD and Shogun for being live covering the lower bracket action that is not happening on my stream. Be sure to check them out and give them some love. But we've got a pretty good series over here as well. Veloce are absolutely steamrolling Singularity in the 3v3. You know, although I said that Singularity looked like a very functional 3s team with Scrub on the roster, they don't look as good as Veloce, who are really popping off at times. And you know, you got to remember, in game 1, if it wasn't for the post and the crossbar and all these ridiculous goal line saves that Singularity made, Veloce could easily have been ahead by multiple goals. The fact that it went to overtime was not necessary for Veloce. They shouldn't have needed overtime to win that game. Singularity are going to need to pull the 1v1 win again out of the bag, I think. if they're going to make it into the finals of Fusion EU. I mean, what do you guys think? Do they pick one? I really do think they pick ones. I don't think they pick twos here. Even though they won the 2v2 as well, I would be surprised if they pick that. Oh, wow, Mo Shifter's winning all the matchup against Three of a Kind. Those guys are really showing up and showing everybody there's not just SRG in Middle East who are competitive. Mo Shifter's going to be playing on stream, I believe, later. Oh, no, wait, they need to win one more, right? If they're going to play on stream. Who knows? Maybe they can do it. That'd be pretty hype to get another team from Middle East on stream later. And they've got solid matchups in all 3 game modes, which is not the case for both the teams here. I mean, Archie made it interesting at the end. They are going to be on stream. Oh, nice. We're going to see motion. No, well, obviously they're on another stream, but they're not on mine. We'll see later, though. Maybe they will be. Wow. We've gotten the game 5 that we all knew was going to be possible in this matchup. And unfortunately for Veloce, they didn't win all the 2s and the 1s on the way. This is going to be Singularity's pick. And it looks like Flame will give it a go against Scrub. So I did talk about this earlier. Said, you know, I'm surprised that we didn't see Flame against Astral in Game 5 of Oxygen Veloce, because Flame used to be a pretty capable ones player, and I'm sure with his mechanical ability and his 2v2 game time that he puts in, he's going to be able to do you know, something here against Scrub. But don't get me wrong, Scrub Killa is absolutely the favorite in this matchup. Singularity definitely the favorites to advance here. If Flame can surprise here and beat Scrub Killa, that would be ridiculously impressive. But it is just that one game. Maybe he can do it. Maybe he can make it happen. But yes, it's Singularity putting their faith in Scrub again. They needed him to save them in the last round and keep their tournament life alive. But they're going to need him to do it again against Flame, who has just taken the lead off a Scrub Killa misplay. Scrub Killa hesitated there. He didn't know whether he wanted to pop the ball or go for the boost or both, and he ended up doing neither. Flame, with these extremely zoomed in camera settings that he's well known for, going to be making this difficult for Scrub as he can. Scrub Killa already equalizing though. And was that the right idea for Flame to back off here and just wait to see what Scrub's going to do? It's very tempting. It's definitely tempting as a defender in these plays. You lose a kickoff and you think, okay, I'm just going to go to my goal and hope that the opponent hits a really, really bad shot. But you're playing against Scrub Killa. How likely is it that he hits a really bad shot? Is that a good idea to rely on? Or is it better to just go in for a challenge and hope for the best? I think the latter might be the better approach. However, that's not the playstyle that Flame has. He's a very, at least in the past when I've watched him play 1v1, he's a very reactive defender. He's a very defensive player, likes to shadow, likes to see what his opponent is doing and then make a play. And you know, if he doesn't put in enough early challenges this game, Scrub Killa is going to abuse that. He's going to take all that time that Flame is giving to him and set up unstoppable shots. It's a good touch by Flame, but will he be able to apply any pressure after the fact? He goes for the mid boost. Scrub Killa trying to sneak in a shot from halfway, and it goes in. Flame misjudges the position. He thought he could grab that boost and make it back to goal. Took too long turning, and Scrub Killa has sufficient power on the turn to bang that one in. 3-1 now. And it is starting to swing very much into Scrub's favor. That's a great result for Flame though. Perfect 50-50, wide open net, and he will easily score this time. And I think Scrub Killa played into Flame's strengths here. This is going to be Scrub's downfall, if there is one this series. Shooting far post. Such a risky thing to do against a player that prefers to defend facing away from you. Scrub Killa now going to the other side. This is going to make shadowing impossible, and that is a much better option in my opinion. I mean, look at the two different dribbles we just saw here from Scrub. One of them, he comes at Flame at the near post, and Flame has the perfect angle to react to. Now look at this. How do you save this shot? You don't. There's just way too much of the goal to cover. Scrub hits an absolute banger of a shot, and it's all in the first touch. It's all in the angle of attack. That is what makes Scrub so dangerous in that play, and what made him so easy for Flame to deal with in the previous one. Good job by Flame. Gets the touch to keep the ball away from Scrub and then secures the boost in the back corner. Flame tries to delay his air dribble here, but all he's done is give Scrub the ball. And like I was talking about in the previous round for Scrub versus Ronicky, just look at the comparison between the two dribbles. How easy was it for Scrub to read what Flame was doing there compared to how difficult it is for Flame to read what Scrub is doing. That's actually pretty decent control by Scrub. I thought for a second that he might be about to own goal or just pass the ball up to Flame, but somehow he's kept control of this. And Flame ran out of boost at the worst possible time. 3-goal game. I think Veloce sending out Flame for this one is the best chance they've got, but unfortunately for them, the best chance is still a pretty small chance. Scrub Killa playing his best ones when it matters most, and again, Flame is just too easy to read. He's dribbling straight at Scrub. Scrub Killa just has to go straight at the ball and covers all angles by doing so. Flame just missed the mid boost. Scrub's going to try demo him. He didn't quite get him. That's good control by Flame. Is the shot going to be powerful enough? I think it is. Flame slots one in. That's some revenge from Scrub's earlier goal from the halfway line. Flame punishing Scrub for going for boost this time. Why didn't they send Archie? Well, Archie clearly thought that he didn't have a chance, even though he made it quite close at the end. Most of the game was very much in Scrub's favor. And if you look at the scoreline, you think, oh yeah, Archie had a good chance there. He's kept the game within one, but it was more of a late comeback because of Scrub Killa completely fumbling a kickoff. Otherwise, it would have been quite an easy win for Scrub at the end of the game. I'm not trying to take anything away from Archie. I'm impressed that he was able to bring it back at the end and make the scoreline respectable. But if you actually watch the game, you'll see why they went for Flame here. They just wanted to change something up. Archie clearly doesn't have a good matchup against Scrub. Flame wanted to give it a go. They wanted to see if it works any differently. Problem is that Scrub's already warm. He's already fresh off a win against Archie, and he's starting to get better and better now. That's a perfect flick from close range. And those of you who have been following Scrub's ones career will know that the close range flicks haven't always been his most effective shot, but recently he's been improving his accuracy and his confidence with them. Flame trying one of his own here. It's off target. Scrub Killa has got enough boost to stay with the ball in this one. Flame still in a good position. He goes straight for the goal. Needs the boost steal here. Gets it. The airball shot is just not good enough by the looks of things to trouble Scrub Killa, who's staying calm here. He doesn't have any boost, but he's deciding not to panic in that play. Just waits for the next shot to come in and does whatever he can against it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is just one of the many ways that you can stop the move that so many people are mistakenly calling unstoppable. Scrub Killa evades the bump. There's all kinds of angles that he can do that from. That's just one of them. I've seen him diving into the goal and flying out of it to make these saves. I've seen him just waiting for the player to fly over and jumping up behind it. There's definitely been numerous examples, numerous live tutorials by top ones players on how to defend against that move that's apparently mauling so many people these days. But it's up to people to go watch those games for themselves, because obviously commenters and viewers don't know what's happening. It's if pros call it an unstoppable move, it's an unstoppable move, right? That's how this works. Scrub Killa 7-3 here. He's going to be sending Singularity to the next round. Just all too easy for him in the 1v1. So this is unfortunately what we expected from this series. If you're a Veloce fan, they needed to win all the 2s and 3s because Scrub is just playing way too good in 1v1 right now. And he's got his flip reset off the ceiling here. The Flame doesn't want to get clipped on. He's thinking, well, I might lose this, but you're not getting me in your next montage, buddy. And Veloce will lose and be eliminated from this tournament largely because they just didn't have a good enough solution for the ones game mode. 2s and 3s, definitely very impressive from them. Looking very promising with Archie on the roster. I'm excited to see the future for that team in other Rocket League tournaments. But that is the last that we'll see of Veloce in Fusion. GG's and goodbye to them. But congratulations to Singularity, who do advance into the tournament through the lower bracket. It was a long road today. They had to go Game 5 in all 3 matchups against Allman's, Barca, and Veloce. But they were clutching all those Game 5s. GG's, well played. Elsewhere, Dignitas have 3-0'd Canyons. They beat them in all 3 matchups. Looks like Jorias is also finding his ones form at the right time. And Momentum Shifters have taken down Tree of a Kind. They're just 1 game away from qualification, or 1 series away from a qualification match, I should say, down in the lower bracket here. Currently waiting on your Maw versus Celestial to be reported. And I believe somebody's got to be streaming this one down here. No doubt I'm going to be streaming BDS versus Dignitas next. No doubt somebody's going to be streaming Momentum Shifters